Today, the Amalgamated APC support group, they are paying a courtesy visit to the Director General National Center for Women Development, Ministries of Meduguri, and a member of the 8th Assembly, Honorable Dr. Asabe, Vilita, Bashir. Can we put that? We have Director of Planning, Research and Statistics, Pastor Emmanuel Obiliaro. We have Director of Human Resource Management, Ahmed Bola Tinubu. We have the Director of Internal Audit, Mr. Vilita. Also, we have Legal Advisor, Barrister Larry Shira. We have the Acting Head of Press and Public Relations, Mr. Inam. We have the Director of ICT, Mr. Morrison. And we have the Director of Training and Development, Ms. Nasir. Now I'm going to invite the representative of the PG of this group, Nasir Ladan, ably represented by Administrative Secretary Honorable Hon Alfa, to introduce their member as well as stating the reason why they are here. So, Honorable Hon Alfa, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. The Director General, Women Development Center, Asabe, Vilita, Bashir, all members of your team. Like rightly said, my name is Hon Alfa. I'm the Director Admin Amalgamated APC Support Groups. To my immediate left is Malam Sanusi Mahmoud Mohammed, the Director of Finance, Amalgamated APC Support Group. I have next to him Honorable Iya Ogli, National Director of Welfare Services, Amalgamated APC. Next to her, I have Mrs. Bamidele Babatunde, the Deputy National Director on Security, Amalgamated APC Support Group. I have Malam Umar Fodio, the Deputy National Director, Party Affairs, Amalgamated APC Support Groups. I have another brother, Honorable Steve Ebu, Deputy Director, Assistant National Director, ICT and New Media for Amalgamated APC Support Groups. I have next to him my brother, Mr. Fashade, is the Assistant National Director on Media and Publicity, Amalgamated APC Support Groups. And I have at the last my brother, Malam Mubarak Haladu, my essay on social services and ICT. The DG, our purpose of this very historic visit to your office today is to represent the Director General, Amalgamated APC Support Groups, Dr. Nasir Ladan Mohammed Argungu, first, to officially deliver to you your letter of appointment as the National Director of Women Affairs after a distinct deliberation and resolution. The National Working Committee of our own organization, Amalgamated APC Support Groups, deem it fit that observing your track record as a progressive leader, as a development expert, and a very strong humanitarian service provider. The NWC of the Amalgamated APC support groups resolved unanimously that it is you that the cap to champion the cause as far as women under the umbrella of this Aasg is concerned. Amalgamated APC support groups is an umbrella body of the party adopted by the National Working Committee of our great party, the All Progressives Congress, on the 16th of October 2022, while we are preparing for the general election. The party deemed it fit, having studied the background of the Aasg, approved that we supervise, coordinate, and synergize the activities of all the support groups registered with the party. And it is in that direction that the NWC gave the mandate, and the letter was signed personally by the national chairman of our great party, His Excellency Senator Abdullahi Adamu. The Aasg took upon this mandate, worked vigorously in line with the mandate, together with all registered support groups of the party, and worked sincerely, committedly to the success of the administration, at which every Nigerian is anxiously waiting for the handing over come May 29th this year by the grace of God. It is in line with this direction, having crossed the first hurdle of the general election, then the main hurdle, or the more hurdles to cross, is sustaining the victory and working in synergy with the government and the party to foster unity and development alongside the growth of every Nigerian, as in the manifesto of the party and that of the manifesto of our President-elect Ahmed Bola Tinubu, to ensure that the incoming government not only consolidate on where President Muhammad Buhari is going to drop the last penny, but also build on a more prosperous Nigeria where every Nigerian will live as a Nigerian for all. Having said this, your letter of appointment is to be given to you here this morning because we observe that the only capacity woman, as far as the Aasg is concerned, that can chair this very determined and very stressful, but alongside very hopeful office for our Nigerian women, not as a party, but as an umbrella body that will foster unity between the party and the government and all the teaming support groups. There are no other organization or no other person that will steer this team effectively than our own DG, Asabe, Vilita, Bashir. So our mission this morning will be very brief. The one is to drop the letter, and the second one is to hear from the horse's mouth the organization itself, what the organization has been doing in line with fostering unity, development and growth of the teeming Nigerian women, and what the organization did during the general elections and the plan going forward, so that together we will have a very long, peaceful, prosperous Nigeria where generations, we and the generations coming, we have a place to praise. These are the missions where we are here this morning today. I thank you, my DG, for giving us this opportunity. You recall that last week we were supposed to be here to deliver this, but for some of your tight schedules, just yesterday night I put a text across to you. Before I forget, on 24th of this month, come next week, the organization is going to unveil a first and ever, a median edition magazine of the organization that captured all activities of the organization, all activities alongside during election, after election, and the build-up of the government as soon as the new government is sworn in. So the event is going to be taking place here at the Women Development Center at the largest, I think is Mariam Babangida Hall, I think, the biggest hall. So we have discussed with her, we're going to capture, for the purpose of this visit, that has pitched the dream for Nigeria women going forward will be effectively captured in the magazine. These are where and why we are here this morning. I thank you for giving me this opportunity, and may God bless.
So thank you very much. Aasg billahi samina alimin shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our dear visitors, the DG of Amalgamated APC Support Group, Dr. Nasir Ladan Argungu, ably represented by one of our own, the Deputy Chair. Are you the Deputy Chair?
Director Administration.
Okay, Director Administration. Other directors here present of the Amalgamated Group, my colleagues, the management staff of the National Center for Women Development, the gentlemen of the press, Assalamu alaikum. So let me start by thanking Almighty God for making it possible for us to meet this morning. We have been making efforts for this meeting to hold, but as you know, God, man proposes, God disposes. It is today that God has destined that we meet, and we thank God for giving us long life in good health to meet this morning. We give glory to Almighty God for His blessings, and having heard what you just said about my appointment as Director of Women Affairs of APC Amalgamated Groups of APC, I want to say that I'm very happy and very humbled to be recognized among so many of our women groups, to be recognized in this capacity. As the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. And as the head of National Center for Women Development, and my track record, I've worked severally with over the years, over 30 years with women groups. I know that by the grace of God, I will bring my experience to bear on this very. As you said, what did you say? There was one word you used, either tasking or something. There was one word you used in your speech. I know that it's not going to be easy, but with your support, we're all going to do it. I know I can hear from your listening. You're all politicians in your own rights, and I'm sure that, I know politics, the more the merrier. So I'm sure if we put our heads together, and with the kind of leader that Allah has blessed us with, Ahmed Bola Tinubu as the president of this nation, and supported by the vice president, Senator Kasim Shetima, I know that it is going to be a new dawn for Nigerians, inshallah. As I said, I thank you so very much for recognizing me, and I pray that God will give us the wisdom and the wherewithal to coordinate the affairs of other sister support groups. As you said, Amalgamated, that is the umbrella body of all support groups. I'm sure, and we are this time around, in the history of Nigerian politics, I don't think there's ever been any dispensation that has so many support groups as this particular regime. So we have a lot of work to do, because it's not about ourselves, it's about touching lives and also making history and carrying our brothers and sisters along. As umbrella of all support groups, we are expected to carry all the umbrella and all the support groups on board, and to make sure that we bring them on board. And we cannot do it without the support of Almighty God and our principals. So we only pray that God will give us the strength and the wisdom and the guidance to only do that very, very important task. Having said that, I thank you so very much for coming, and with the unveiling of our first magazine of the Amalgamated APC Support Group, I'm going to discuss with my colleagues on how we are going to support it and make sure that we bring our own little contribution. Finally, I want to say that the center is not a very big organization. We are here as center to, our main mandate here is to support Nigerian women, give them guidance, give them protection. We research on any issues that concerns them, and we are focused on women affairs. So we are not on the other side of mongling out money as such. We are only just to provide social services to the women folk of Nigeria. But be that as it may, inshallah, we are going to do our little bit and make sure that we throw our weight behind APC Amalgamated Group, because we are all Nigerians, and you also have sisters, and we have women, and as director of women in the organization, I think we are eligible to support the production of the magazine. Having said that, I say a very big thank you, and may God guide us and protect us in all our endeavors. Thank you so very much.
Whenever there's an offer,
face-to-face or eye-to-eye contact and relationship with you, and I pray that God in His infinite mercy will strengthen your wisdom, will give you more tolerance and a large heart to accommodate as many as possible, knowing fully well that we're not the only one that have come. A lot will still be coming. I only pray that God will give you that strength, that tolerance, and more importantly, the wisdom and the good health to steer everybody that come your way to the right and the pathful direction. Having said that, I want to thank you very much again for accepting this honor and this appointment. My brother on the other side said, when there's an offer and there's an acceptance.
Yes.
But you forget, I hope the lawyers are not here to come and ask, we're using their times. That is why I want to quickly appeal on this behalf that we only borrow your times. But I'm very comfortable and confident that you will overlook that, because those are your times in your legal area, and I'm not a learned colleague. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Okay, come on. Asabe, so
Yes.
This question.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.